fun. It's okay. This is perfect because we wanted this interview to be, authentic and very casual.
Absolutely. After midnight.
This is, you know what? That's a better name for our show.
After midnight.
After midnight. That's good. Eric Clapton called. He loves it.
After midnight.
I love it. Done. Welcome to Biennial After Midnight with Minister Braverman. Minister Braverman. Slicha.
By the way, what Braverman means? In German, Braverman means an honest man. But in Old German, it means brave man. Today, to be honest, you have to be brave.
Especially in your line of work.
Absolutely.
Especially in your line. So it's really, look, we really appreciate you taking the time, spend a couple of minutes with us here. And so just a couple of very basic questions.
Please, sure.
So before the Knesset, you worked at the World Bank.
Now, before the Knesset, I was 16 years president of Ben-Gurion University. Before that, I worked 14 years at the World Bank.
So, I skipped Ben-Gurion University. It was just a small blip in your career.
Most important.
Most important.
Let's go to the World Bank.
Okay, so let's talk about the World Bank. How do you think your Judaism affected your work on economic justice? Because this is the mandate of the World Bank, of course.
Well, at the time when I worked, seriously, the World Bank started, I was working under McNamara and others. The focus was economic development and social justice. Where the World Bank, there was no private capital movement really controls things. And I think we made certain failures, but we believe in the balance between government that try to do good and the markets. And I worked in India, I worked in Korea, I worked all over. I learned also from the mistakes that we made. And the concept for me, as you say, as a Jew, I really believe that if you create essentially a very unequal society, not only it's unjust, it eventually will lead to its own destruction. And I saw that in many countries. And therefore, today in my own country, when we become the most unequal in the Western world, there is only one answer: it has to be corrected.
And this is the work you're pursuing today, day in, day out. So tell us, how did it feel, in speaking, you spoke about this a little bit this evening to the group in the keynote address. What does it mean to you to have spoken to our biennial convention? You know, this is the world's largest gathering of Jews in a convention sense. So
yes, you know, this is the most powerful group of Jews in America. And I think this group essentially is pursuing the same values that they want the Jewish people to continue, not in the narrow-minded point of view, but to create essentially the objective to be light unto the nation. And therefore I think they are partners for the transformation of Israel, because Israel have now to make a choice. Either to go in a very narrow way, you know, that some of the fanatics are moving it and some of the extreme, or to go to what I call the time of change, to look what's around, accept what you cannot change, and be open also for integration in the area with all difficulties, and not to be isolated. And I think the Reform Judaism, I heard Anita Diamond towards the end, is about change. And people that resist change go backward. And we cannot go back to the state. It's inappropriate.
We're going forward. That's the idea. So let's lighten the mood a little bit.
Absolutely.
Now. You have a Wikipedia entry. I've seen it. I read it myself.
I never saw
You've never seen it? Well, then you've probably never edited your own Wikipedia entry. Well, that question goes out there. Have you Googled yourself before?
No.
No. Do you have a Facebook account?
I have a Facebook account that my assistant did for me.
There you go. I love it. But so, do you connect with your family members? You have folks that you.
I tell you the truth. I admit my sins. When I was lieutenant in the army, I was in the first group to create, essentially, to lead the transformation of computers in the Israeli army. But then many of my friends started companies, and I went to Stanford to get PhD in economics. And I say, forget computers. They all become millionaires, and I basically now have to adjust to the new system, where I was ahead of them so long time ago. Now I'm starting walking again.
Okay, well, look, you seem to be ahead. Thank you so much for taking the time. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure for me.